Ida giving my sister permission to breastfeed openly in my house without first consulting my husband? Due to an unforeseen issue with their new house, my sister, 27F, and her partner, 32M, and their newborn son are staying with my family, 36F, 39M, 13M, 8F, for 5 weeks. We are currently on week 2. Originally, their plan was to stay at their old apartment for increased rent, but my husband and I offered our basement guest room, it's more like a suite, to them so they aren't spending extra money. Around the second day that my sister's family was staying with us, I noticed that she would leave the room every time that she had to feed my nephew. I told her that it wasn't a problem if she breastfed in common areas of the house, so long as she felt comfortable. While nervous at first, she got more comfortable around the house. Keep in mind that she was being more modest than I was when I BF'd my children, and she only did it when it was, for example, us and my daughter in the room, or her partner and I. But even when my son walked in one time, he didn't notice because she was being so discreet. To be honest, he cares more about getting to hold the baby than anything my sister does. One day when my husband came home from work, he saw her feeding the baby and left the room and sent me a text message saying that we needed to talk. He then asked me to either tell my sister not to BF in the open like she was doing or to ask her to cover up if she did. Because he thought it was inappropriate and creepy to do in front of extended family, particularly our son. I told him that if there were any problems I would talk to our son. If anything, this is a good opportunity to teach him about being respectful, something he was clearly having a hard time doing. He told me that this shouldn't have been a choice that I made on my own and that my sister and I were both being inconsiderate towards him and my son. He said that while there isn't anything wrong with my sister feeding her son, that our teenage son is probably going to be sensitive to someone like my sister. When I asked him what he meant by that, he said she is a hot 20-something with her boobs out, he is a teenage boy. I called the way he was objectifying my sister gross and that we aren't going to raise our kids that way. He stormed out of the room and until now he hasn't said a word about it. However, my sister approached me and she said that she would rather just stay in the guest room to feed her baby because she doesn't want to step on any toes. While I can appreciate where my husband is coming from with the points he made, I think it's perfectly reasonable to allow a new mom to feed her baby wherever, and he honestly grossed me out with how he was talking about my sister and my son. Now there's a huge rift between my husband and I over something that I initially thought was a non-issue. Am I the a-hole?